Well, welcome back to the Podcrastinators.
It's about that time again.
It's about that time again to put down in our little notebook of movies watched yet another fucking unoffensive, vanilla, just boring movie.
Yeah.
There was some things that tickled my love for D&D.
Oh, yet again, another movie that if you're a fan of it, you'll probably have a good time.
Yeah.
We need more.
Just original shit.
Or Mario's, or a movie we haven't watched yet that I'm so excited for you guys to listen to us talk about.
Well, if you didn't read the title, or you can't infer from the recent release, I don't know if this is releasing. This episode's releasing at the time the movie releases, but we saw D&D.
Yep.
With Chris Pine and other actors.
And actresses.
And actresses, sorry.
Yep. First of all, Connor, how was the movie theater experience for you? What did you think of the movie theater glizzy? That's what I want to know first. How was the movie theater glizzy? You're right.
Glizzy? The movie theater glizzy had some beef to it.
I know.
It was a thick glizzy.
You definitely got what you paid for.
Yeah.
They weren't skipping that.
I thought I was kind of sad that I didn't get ketchup, but I was like, it's pretty decent glizzy right here. Okay, wait. Now, what did you think about our 4D chair experience?
Oh, the 4D chair. Well, okay, so when we got there, I turned the intensity up all the way.
Me too.
Wait, I guess we might need to add some context. So we saw the movie at a Cinemark, and they have this thing called D-Box. That's the brand for it, D-Box. And it basically was like haptic chairs. Like, I kept thinking about, this is the PS5 controller, but way worse and in a chair. That's what it was like to me.
It was really, really jarring on the highest level.
It was really distracting.
It was like every single thing that happened, the fucking chair would be like moving you around, and you could barely hear the audio because you're just there and your chair vibrates so intensely.
And then it kind of leaned back and kind of swiveled a little bit, and during the fight scenes it would be like
yeah, it's like, whoa, shit, this movie's awesome.
I would never do it again.
I would never do it again. It was a fucking waste. I'm like, who made does someone watch the movies and then program it?
That's what I was thinking.
Or
the whole
does
time.
When they film the movie, they're like, all right, guys.
It's got to be linked to the audio, because there's no way that some dude is going through the movie and perfectly dialing it in, the vibrations perfectly.
That's a good point.
I bet it's hooked up to the audio somehow.
We should go when we see Transformers. We should be in that chair.
Yes. Okay. that would be awesome. Oh, I want to put the intensity so high during Transformers that my chair transforms.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Okay. We will go see Transformers with the D-Box experience.
That movie I'm excited for.
That movie looks sweet.
It is not an original IP, but it looks pretty fucking dope, so...
I like Transformers.
Yeah, I want to see the monkey robot fight some other robots. That shit's gonna be awesome.
So the reason why I think that the vibrations were hooked up to the audio was because clearly there was some variance in the scene that I'm thinking of to explain this is there were some horses way in the distance, and then they were coming in. Mm-hmm. So it was a light light vibration because they were far away, and then when it was really close, it was really intense, blah, 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 blah. But then a couple scenes later, there was a close up of a key going into a lock, and I feel like if you want to have that feeling of the key, you do it lightly, just a quick but the key was I was like, oh, what? Why? Why was the key so intense?
Yeah, at the highest one, it really was a lot. I think it had it on for about a minute of the movie until I was like, yeah, I gotta turn this shit down.
Yeah, I also had it all the way up, and I'm like, I think last setting for me.
So yeah, that was probably the funnest part of the movie for me.
Yeah, at the beginning.
Okay, in all fairness though, it wasn't like it was an average movie. It was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't hate any of the characters. I actually liked some of them, and they do explore some cool things of D&D, of which
If you're a fan of it.
yeah, of which Cameron has been
true.
playing his first campaign. Also, outside of the theater, there was a bunch of people talking about it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was like they're like one of the fucking things that the dude said. I was like just eavesdropping. He's like, "Yeah, no, next campaign, that scene with like her at the forge was dope. I think I'm gonna be a barbarian."
Oh, nice.
And I was like,
That's
"Hey,
pretty
I
awesome.
guess it make like I'm at least people are liking it. Like, I don't want to hate on people enjoying a movie, you know? Like,
Yeah, as a first-time D&D player, I felt like it was cool that like it was able to kind of ground what we've been playing, I guess.
yeah,
Just something to like connect to when it's just very foreign at the beginning.
yeah.
If that makes sense. Just like a world.
Yeah, exactly.
get
It just
into.
gives it like paints a picture
Adds some
for you.
context.
There's a lot of imagination if you're playing it just with the homies.
Well, I thought this movie was super above average.
Super above
Super
average?
above average.
Really?
That's what I would say. Like, if we were giving it a number rating, which I know we don't do a lot, I would give it like a 7.3.
That's what average.
Yeah.
Super above that. What's average?
I think a 5 is average.
Nah, 5 is ass.
5 is middle of the road. Like, 5 is halfway on the scale.
5 is literally the split in my ass, dude.
No, 5 is halfway on the 1 to 10 scale, though. So shouldn't 5 be average?
Yeah,
That's why I think 5 is
but not all
average.
movies are 5.
Well, exactly. Like,
So what is the average score, Cameron?
a 5.0.
I think a 7 is an average score if
I
you're
think
grading a movie.
Shazam gets a 5, in my opinion. Maybe like a 4.8.
A 4.8.
Yeah, that's what I would give Shazam.
You think it was average? I think it was a little below. 4.8. I can respect the 4.8.
But if 5 is the middle of the road, it gives you more leeway on the bottom half of the scale.
From that context, I'd say you think it's 7.5 from the middle of the road. What makes you think it's
Just think
super
about like
above average?
you're looking at a scale, right? There's so much room on the bottom that you're at. Like the bottom is so much more weighted on that 7 is average scale. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I got you.
I think that I want to have also some like different tiers to the good movies I see. I don't know. That's why I don't like to use the number system.
Yeah, that's fair. Letter grade. What would you give this letter grade?
Letter grade, like a C plus.
Yeah, I give it a C plus.
Okay,
But like my 7 is your 5 with numbers.
exactly.
Is this like a fucking common thing? Like, ask around, like, see if you're, yeah. But what made you think it was?
I thought the characters were really solid. Like
The characters were pretty solid.
all the characters. They did a good job of conveying the motivations and why they were doing. Like, it just made all the characters super likable. Like, and
The Paladin was awesome. I did really love the Paladin.
yeah, I have some thoughts about the Paladin, but at least there were a lot of like exposition dumps, but I felt like that was okay in the D&D movie where it's like, and then even he goes at the beginning, Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez as characters, they're in jail and they have to go to like the parole board to convince themselves or to convince them that they can be pardoned, right?
Yeah.
And that's when we get Chris Pine's exposition dump of like his background and of his and Michelle Rodriguez's like story up
Background, yeah.
until that point. And then as he was explaining it, he was like, "What? This is my character background." And I was like, "Okay, that's some D&D shit."
No, they did do some good D&D shit.
Like
I was
all of
happy.
that was like incorporated really well.
I like
thought-
seeing all the monsters, the intellectual devourers or something.
What was that?
Those brain things that were walking.
Oh yeah,
I like those things.
those were cool. I thought that the designs were all cool. Like even there was some It wasn't all CGI. I didn't really
the
feel
practical
like.
effects were pretty like they were welcomed.
Yeah.
It made it stand out on its own.
It did, like the cat creature that Jack is. If so, Jack from our other podcast episodes.
He's playing a cat that was blessed by a god to go find his master who's been lost, and he takes the form of a human.
Well, so there was like the humanoid cat, and that looked sort of practical. I'm sure it was like a mix between practical effects and CGI, but that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bird person that they like.
The bird person was beautiful.
That they used to fly away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
They did show a lot. Like they showed halflings. They showed tieflings. They didn't have tiefling racism though.
Yeah,
they couldn't have like interspecies racism in the Hasbro big release of D&D.
Yeah.
I think it was an orc at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
That she like Michelle Rodriguez's like fucking broke his legs.
Yeah.
They had halflings.
I in the middle of the theater I was like, "Oh, that's a halfling."
Oh, sending stones. That was a thing in our campaign. You guys haven't found any. But
they kind of have that in Elden Ring and Dark Souls, where you like there's like this. It's a little different. It's not like walkie talkies, but it's like a stone that you can like speak into.
Yeah.
And there's that one like it's part of the Elden Ring quest where the one guy, like basically he thinks he's super ugly, and if you hold up the one stone that's like you're beautiful, and like that's how you trigger the like good part of his quest line.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
What a cool game. But I will agree with you. Super above that because they did do a good job. It just wasn't like, I don't know. They literally had a fucking Hulk Loki scene in it.
So
like there was just some parts about it that I was like, But I agree. The characters were cool. They did explore a lot of D&D stuff.
That is the negative that I had was. In a lot of the dialogue, it felt like I was watching a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
The scene that sticks out to me is at the end when the paladin is walking away and they're like, is he going in the straight line? Oh, here he comes on a rock. What's he going to do? Is he going to go around it? Oh, he's going to walk right over. And I was like, that was straight out of a fucking Marvel movie.
I like that one, though, because paladins, that's literally their character.
Okay.
Right?
Well, then I can't fault it on that one.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that was a very good representation of the paladin.
Okay, because
where like he's literally so serious, he's like I don't know, that's like how you're supposed to play it. Like you're so straight lined, like you do not falter. Like there is a right and there is a wrong. Okay.
So I also felt like with the paladin, I was just watching Drax because he took all the he didn't understand any of the idioms and stuff. But he did have more of a personality.
He was like, they're just like very religious people.
Okay.
Like super, super. They're like whole causes like devout to like some like religious thing, whatever. Like million things you want to choose for your backstory.
Okay. No, I liked him as a character. He just reminded me of like he just felt like he was out of a Marvel thing.
But. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair criticism. The tiefling, honestly, you are right. All the characters were good. The tiefling druid. I really like the wizard character. He was beautiful.
Yeah, the wizard character.
Wizards are cool. We don't have a wizard in our campaign, which kind of sucks, but wizards are cool.
The tiefling and the wizard were cool. You're right, they couldn't incorporate any of the tiefling racism. Nobody hated the tiefling for being a tiefling.
Yeah. It's a harsh world in the real D&D universe.
Yep.
Art doesn't have to be. That's the fun.
That's the fun, exactly.
Yeah. You don't have to follow the books so close. And it did feel like, I will say my thing, like the thing I would tell people is like, if you like D&D, see it because it did feel very grounded in like the D&D world. Like that's a story that could happen for sure.
And the wizard guy had some great character development that it was like, it made sense that he couldn't, believe in himself and do his spells. It seems so cliche as I say it, but like it was implemented in a good way.
Mm-hmm. They also had things like concentration spells where if their concentration was broken, then like the spell would fail.
Interesting.
That's like why when his foot got stuck and why they were
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
hit her while she was controlling the dragon thing.
Uh-huh. That was cool.
Yeah. I like that. I was like, yeah, it's fun.
I thought that, yeah, their dynamic was all really good. There was some cool fantasy stuff too that I had never seen before. Like I thought that the villain was pretty cool. The like super evil warlock.
Yeah, the Red
Red Wizard. Is that a thing in the lore?
I'm sure it is. Or
everything.
yeah, I'm sure there was.
It's
I'm
fucking
sure
massive.
there's something there. Yeah, I don't know.
Fair enough. She was really creepy. I thought she did some cool shit. She did some cool magic.
They got the whole like world right too. Like you heard like Sword Coast and like Waterdeep. Like you guys are all in Waterdeep. That's where,
really?
Yeah, that's where like Durnan is. That's where his tavern is.
Hell yeah! I didn't know that.
Yeah, they had like at the on Baldur's Gate. Just one other one. I can't fucking remember. But yeah, every time they said it, I was like, huh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm. All the references.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought everybody had good development. Oh, I hate like shitting on the child actors, but his daughter was not very good.
Yeah.
But maybe she'll get better. She wasn't in the movie very much though, so
yeah. I agree.
that's okay.
I agree completely.
And they really did need her to be part of the crew to slap the magical stopping bracelet on the evil wizard.
Oh yeah, that was really stupid. It was like, what?
And then
she was just out there. Like I thought the whole like you're just gonna put like your little daughter out there against the fucking scary wizard that you just tried to save.
You just got her back.
Yeah, exactly. You just got her back. You're trying to save her, and now you're like, all right, go up to that wizard that just almost killed a fucking stadium of people.
Daughter, you are going to be the key to this entire plan.
Yeah.
You know, he was good at making plans. Like, straight up. He was like, I make plans, and the tiefling was shitting on him. Like, oh, what happens if the plan goes through? Like, why do we need you anymore? But then, like, the plan failed, and then he came up with something new that ended up working.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
In the trailers, when they had that, it was kind of fucking lame.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do agree. Like, I feel like we've seen the trailers for this movie so much.
Yeah.
From every fucking weekend they've been pushing this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that scene played out much better in the actual movie than it did in the trailer.
Their chemistry as a group was good.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, like the core essence of D&D is having like a group of weird ass characters, and then they do stupid shit and just mess up, and it's like, oh, ha ha ha. And like in the context of like us playing our game, it's like when remember in the you went into the room and killed the two like innocent orcs,
Mm-hmm.
and then the whole party got angry at you.
Yeah.
And like you went on, but like you killed two innocent orcs in the lore of our like world. Like there's just a time where you walked up and slaughtered innocent people.
Oh no.
And then it's like things like in the movie where it's like, oh, we never gave that fucking undead dude his last question so he could rest in peace. Like it's just like, well, he's just doomed to eternity now.
Until someone asks him another question.
Yeah.
Damn. You made my character sound like a monster.
Well, your character is a monster.
Yeah, my character is evil.
Yeah. Take pride in your character, Cameron.
The way that you said, like, the lore of our world, like, I didn't think about it that way. It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love D&D. It's fucking dope.
D&D is cool.
If you don't know I think this would be a good introduction to D&D. I'm sure this has helped push it.
Oh, for sure. I feel like just if you never played D&D but want to get into it, you won't learn any of the mechanics of the game, but you'll have a world and a context that you can get yourself into when playing the game, because it is a role-playing game.
I think there's like fucking like an RPG, Dungeons and Dragons or something like that.
Like a video game?
Yeah.
I'm sure there is.
I think it's like fairly like updated too.
Like Elden Ring has got to be the best Dungeons and Dragons game.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that very, very true.
Ooh. D&D, baby.
D&D, baby.
I would say go see it.
I'd say, I mean, it was, I don't want to say it was, I don't know. I just feel like I haven't thoroughly been wowed going to a theater in so long. I've just kind of like expect to go in and be like,
I will say that I think like the fantasy shit, they did a really good job. Like with the red wizard, like even the fat ass dragon and the hanging chain city, like that was all really cool to me. They had the portal staff.
The portal staff was
that was pretty cool. Fucking even him trying to put on the helm and like attune with it. That was super cool.
Yeah. Attuning to magical items is a thing in the campaign too, or that you can do.
Hell
with,
yeah.
like, things. I don't know. There's the wizards are fucking awesome because you can. The whole meme with them is like they get hit like once and they die, but when they hit, they just throw like 7 like Earth-sized fireballs at the fucking thing, and you're just like Jesus.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other examples of magic being cool. The stone dragon getting turned into meh. Like she turned a statue of a dragon alive.
Oh.
That was kind of meh.
That druid transformed way more times than she could have.
Yeah. Especially
that was way, like, is she level like fucking like 40? Like, get out of here. You get like 4 per like long rest. She did like 12 in like 30 seconds.
At the beginning when
it was cool though. I did like that scene.
Thing. That was cool.
When she was transforming. A druid is a fucking class in D&D that you can transform into whatever animal. Yeah, for those who don't know.
Yeah, in the when they were eavesdropping on the vault and she was getting chased and turning into all the animals, that was cool. So druids are like Beast Boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Jack's a druid.
I know.
He got the direwolf.
I didn't know that was like the main druid thing though, was that they could turn into animals. Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
like Beast Boy.
I thought that
you should just be Beast Boy in the next campaign.
That would be fun.
I'm green and every animal I turn into is green. Okay. I guess you can play that.
I hope that they wrote this movie like through a D&D campaign.
Oh, I'm sure they did. I mean, they definitely opened the book, that's for sure.
Yeah, they did a good job with it.
I feel like you can write fucking any script and it could be pretty awesome just using D&D as like a template.
Yeah. I think you could too. It would be pretty cool.
You could literally roll for all like the shit that they do. And then write from that as like the character's development.
Yeah. And then, you know, maybe if you like don't want something, you just don't have to roll the dice there.
Yeah,
you just manipulate the story however you want.
That's exactly why I like being a DM, Cameron.
You really, none of you really have control over this.
One of our fucking guys that we play with, Jack, is always trying to push the boundaries of what he can get away with, which I appreciate.
Everybody that listens knows Jack.
Yeah.
My favorite is when Jack is trying to ask you if he could do something and you're like, come on, Jack, why? You don't need to. And then you like try and stop him like, you'll be overbearing. You can't carry that much stuff.
And
Jack.
he's like, I will throw away all like half my arrows. And you're like, okay.
Okay, fine, if you really want it.
Or like I think he ate rats or something like that. I don't know. To free up his inventory space because he collected rats. I love it though. That's what makes D&D fun, just fucking being a menace out there with your character.
And like they even had it with Michelle Rodriguez's character with the potatoes. I feel like that's kind of the same shit.
Yeah, no, definitely. 100%. It's just like dumb shit where it's like, I can't believe that worked.
Yeah.
Like in our last session, we fought a roper, which was a very scary enemy, and you guys were all so confident the first like 5 turns because you all got like
D20s.
a fucking hit attack over 20 because his AC was 20.
Oh, nat 20s. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
D20s, the dice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a new player, as you can tell.
You're getting there though. You know you like you know your shit now.
Oh, and then there was the other thing too with the red wizards or whatever, and I guess they were like identified by the tattoos on their head. So the main villain was disguising herself by like wearing a little cap, and you could see the tattoos coming out of the side. Like she wasn't really doing that good of a job to hide her head tattoos.
Yeah. Oops. Should have paid closer attention.
But then nobody caught it. Yeah, everything had pretty good payoff. Mm-hmm. It was a satisfying movie, but the dialogue felt straight out of a Marvel movie.
I liked Michelle Rodriguez like wanting to fuck all the halflings. That was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty hilarious.
That was pretty great too. Michelle Rodriguez.
They just made the halflings like. In my mind, it's always like, oh, the Hobbit. Like, you know, they're small, but they're sturdy, I guess. Like,
no, they're just.
But then you saw it and you're like, oh god, they're so little.
Just like a half person. That was a good Bradley Cooper cameo.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to add?
No, like I saw, like I'll fucking end it like I started it. Just another plain average movie in the books once again.
Oh, hopefully the Mario movie is better.
Yeah. We'll see.
Illumination hasn't proven anything to me yet.
Yeah. Nothing. Not with Pets or Secret Lights of Pets, Secret Lights of Pets 2, Sing 2, Minions, Despicable Me 2 and 3. Come on, guys.
Don't do it to Mario.
Don't do it to Mario. The animation looks good. I'm honestly, I think it won't be a train wreck. I don't think it's gonna ruin the legacy of Mario from the shit I see.
They're not gonna have the Twin Towers get snapped. Thanos snapped away.
Well, yeah, unfortunately not. But you know that's. Well, thank you all for listening. Stay on the lookout for more of our stuff. We're always watching shit.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for listening.
Goodbye.
Bye.